My favorite thing in the world to do is to read to my children. Okay. And so one of the books that we got recently was this book. Okay. What is the Super Bowl? And these are dope, by the way. These Who HQ books. Shout out to them. These books are great. But we got What is the Super Bowl? And so I read this to my kids, okay? And it prompted me to go ahead and do something I've been talking about doing for the longest, which is I want to watch every single Super Bowl. Okay. YouTube got a wealth of shit on there, whether it's legal or not. I hope they don't take it down. Okay. But the whole Super Bowl one is on there. So I went and checked it out. Okay. And I loved what I saw. You know, I'm a history guy in a goddamn way. So history plus sports, I love this kind of shit. Okay. So I want to give you out my 5 takeaways from watching Super Bowl one. Okay. But before I do that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Put y'all people on it, okay? This is the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. I am your homeboy first, you feel me? As I said, hit the subscribe button, join the channel, become one of the realest ones, and feel free to hit that cash out, okay? But let's get into it. All right. My first takeaway was this. Now, y'all know I'm a supporter of Jack State University. If you follow me for real, if you subscribe to the channel, you're a returning viewer, you know that, okay? Of course, I was taken aback a little bit by seeing all these HBCU guys out there on the field in these prominent positions. We've heard of this. I know that that's what happened. I know that HBCUs got hella Hall of Fame and all that kind of stuff. But again, I wasn't alive to watch them play. Okay. When I go do my research and stuff like that, I can see them listed on the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but I hadn't watched them. Okay. So being able to watch the game, not just highlights either, watching the game and seeing all these guys out here, it was something else. Okay. Because it's just like nothing. It was what it was. So get guys that stood out like Buck Buchanan. Okay. He Chiefs Hall of Fame defensive tackle. He was out there from Grambling. Elijah Pitts, okay, from my Packers, okay, at halfback. He's from Philander Smith, okay. Willie Mitchell was a Chiefs DB from Tennessee State, and they interviewed him after the game, okay. And I'm sure it was others. Like, these are just 3 of the guys that stood out in terms of Buck Buchanan. We got them everywhere. Kind of had a moment he just threw a motherfucker down. Different back then. I don't even think he got unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know. I had to go back and double check that. But Elijah Pitts run that bitch for me. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan if y'all new to the channel, okay? And my Packers won this game 35-10, okay? But we did win Super Bowl 1 and 2, you feel me? We did do that, okay? At least I have that because of the bullshit I'm going through right now. But I digress, okay? But it was great to see these guys out there, and it lets me know that it can happen again. It can happen again because people talking about the wealth disparity between HBCUs and PWIs and all that kind of shit. Well, if the wealth disparity exists today, then I know back then, God damn it, sure enough existed, and these guys still were able to come from the HBCUs and go to the NFL and dominate. Okay, again, Buck Buchanan, fucking Hall of Fame. Okay, so that was one. Okay, 2. Another thing stood out. My HBCU, Grambling State, their band played at halftime. Okay, and I think I had heard that before. Like when some Grambling people were bragging about some shit. I think I had heard that before, but I was just watching the game, and then they show halftime. It was, of course, halftime back then, way different from Super Bowl halftime today. Okay, it's a spectacle today, but it still was crazy to see. Oh, that Grambling band right there. Okay. So that was dope. Okay. 3. Third takeaway. The Packers didn't run the victory formation to close out the game. Okay. Little shit like that. I like to see little shit like that because I'm like, now I'm wondering, when did teams start running the victory formation? Who was the innovator behind that? Okay. Why they choose that formation? Like, I got a lot of questions come out. I want to research that kind of shit. Okay. I like all that. Okay. Y'all might say that's nerdy, but I like all that kind of shit. Hell, if I'm B100 for a while there while my Packers were up, Boss Star was still throwing that bitch. Now, I know he called his own plays like so many QBs did back then. So maybe Barber trying to get them numbers up. I don't know. Okay. But that was interesting to see. Fourth takeaway from me watching Super Bowl one was the formations were very different. I don't think I saw any shotgun. I don't think I saw any shotgun. Okay, I could be wrong, but I don't think I saw any shotgun. I definitely didn't see as much shotgun as I do today. The whole goddamn game basically being shotgun almost. You feel me? I don't really think I saw shotgun. Also, running backs were closer to the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm talking about? Really liking some split sets and shit like that, and quickly hand off the ball to them. And I'm like, damn, how are they having time to read the hole? Probably didn't have no time to read the hole. Probably just had running whatever the fuck the coach told you to run, hit the hole. Hit that bitch. Fuck reading it, just hit it. Okay, maybe that was a scheme. Okay, especially with a team like mine run that damn sweep. You know, them linemen you gotta get over there. What my boy Vince Lombardi say? Get a seal here and a seal there, and you run up the alley. You know what I'm talking about? Long live Vince Lombardi. You feel me? And the last takeaway, the fifth takeaway from me watching Super Bowl one, okay, was a whole bunch of technical differences. For instance, I saw quarterbacks dropping straight back. You know how quarterbacks, even if they get it out of the shotgun, they get it and they kind of turn to the side where their head still is downfield. They can see everything on both sides, but their body still be like in a throwing motion already, so maybe they can get rid of it fast. These motherfuckers going straight back, like backpedaling back, okay, and then having to turn to throw. Okay, that was different. Okay. Then like kickers were coming straight on, and they weren't doing soccer style, so they weren't lining up and then taking them 2 steps to the side and then kicking off side of the foot. No, they were kicking that bitch straight on. You feel me? So all that kind of little stuff was different. Now, honorable mention would be the helmets. My God, I know these men had some concussions. Cause them helmets didn't look worth a damn. They did not look worth a damn. Okay. But that's how it was back then. Because guys were getting so-called dinged and staying in the game, just going back out there, man. So that's why the NFL got to do right by those players. Because without them, without Super Bowl one, you don't get the spectacle that we just got. Okay. And at first, that shit was just called the NFL AFL championship, where they were just trying to test shit out and see if these if the AFL can even hold up to the NFL. You feel me? And my Packers were a fucking dynasty at that time. We won the first 2 Super Bowl, but we had run off several more NFL championships even before that. So of course they handled business, but it wasn't gonna be until Super Bowl 3 that the Jets put on, you know, to my for the AFL. And I guess really showed the world that hey, the AFL is here and this merger gonna make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I want to watch that one too. I want to watch all of them. I want to see how the game has progressed over time. You know what I'm talking about? And I encourage y'all to do the same thing. Cut off some of these talking heads, man, because they saying the same shit. They regurgitating the same arguments. They saying a bunch of hyperbolic shit just to get clicks and views and shit like that. You know, and I'm really turned off by a lot of it today. You feel me? I've been stopped fucking with First Take. You know, because Stephen A. Spill got on my fucking nerve. Shannon Sharp then came for people like me down here. At Jack State, supporters of Jack State University and HBCU people in general. So I stopped fucking with them. You know, to me, I ain't never fucked with no Colin Cowherd or nobody like that. So a lot of these talking heads, I just cut them off now. And so doing stuff like this, it's fun. And you get to see how the game has progressed, and you get to gain more knowledge about the game that maybe your homies don't have that you can share with them in the group text, or your little homies, you know what I'm talking about? Maybe you young boys can get up on some shit that you missed out on, you know what I'm talking about, just because you're young. You know, that's how it is for me. I didn't have an OG to really tell me about all this shit. So I want to go see it for myself. You know what I'm saying? Really get how this game has grown. But that was my 5 takeaways from Super Bowl I. I know I got some triple OGs that's out there that's down with me. You know what I'm talking about? If you remember anything about that era, you know what I'm talking about, chime in with it. You know, you feel me? But I must say, I thoroughly enjoyed the game, especially because my Green Bay Packers won. Put it on, son.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?